Hey, getting ready to set up for the morning briefing. There's Dave. He's doing some surf fishing. Just caught a short halibut. You're looking at the king tides in Southern California. And wandering around the beach here is Wayne Shimabukuro. He's already catching some barred perch, so things are looking up. I'll get set up for the morning briefing. Back
if
in a moment.
Garage door has become a pain in your arse, there's only one man to call, and it's Joe Welker, your garage door man. The tax man, Tim Marquez, will help you net your tax refunds. He's been doing this for 35 years. You can trust the tax man. Make sure you keep your roof watertight with Pelican Roofs SoCal so you can get back to catching more fish. And you can trust Mario Vega with your estate planning. Make sure your rods and reels and fishing equipment go to the right person when you plot.
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. Your Phil Friedman, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, Bluefin, Yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Friedman Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, make sure you give John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. There's nothing like fishing with Captain Daniel Hadaway on the Island Spirit out of Ventura Sport Fishing. And the El Patron, headed to Catalina Island every single day out of Long Beach Sport Fishing.
Good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California on this lovely Thursday morning. It's a little bit breezy offshore, not that bad, and it's going to calm down and be an absolutely gorgeous weekend. If you're thinking about Bluefin Tuna offshore, this is the time to go. It's been absolutely lights out. Great long-range fishing. Our dear friends in Ensenada, Mexico, continue to hammer away at the Bluefin Tuna. It's been fantastic long-range fishing. Wow. Big yellowfin, lots of wahoo, tremendous fishing going on there. Daniel Hadaway on the Island Spirit had some halibut up in the Channel Islands, and of course up there in San Francisco, crabs, rockfish, and so much more. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Man, is that good or what? It is so great to be with you all here today. And as I pointed out, we've got Dave down here trying to catch another halibut. He just got a short fish a moment ago, so hopefully he'll come up with something here on the morning briefing. He's down this way, and then down this way, we've got Wayne Shimabukuro. He's wandering around somewhere. He's already catching some bar perch. Just sent me some photos before I started the morning briefing. That is so good to hear. We'll have more on surf fishing toward the end of the report. Last night was a great night. Lobster Chronicles, my dear friend Dave Hansen, in from Cabo San Lucas. It was a lot of fun. We had a good time, and so many people contributed to the show with their questions. It was another great show, and so good to see my friend Dave. December the 13th will be our Fan Appreciation Day at 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, and you're all invited. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturday, December 13th. Come on down. We'll have some food. We're going to have a big big raffle so you can win a really great prize right before Christmas, and maybe some of the sport boats will be available for a tour. We're working on all of that. Have a little bit more time, but put it on your calendar right now. Make sure you show up December the 13th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. All right, let's get into it. How about we'll start you out in Mexico, in the beautiful town of Ensenada. And down in Ensenada, the fishing can't get any better. We'll start you out in Popotla because that's only a 15-minute drive south of Rosarito Beach, where our dear friend Carlos Cortez and Cortez Sport Fishing continue to hammer out great fishing on bluefin tuna. He just keeps doing it day in and day out. Carlos is an exceptional fisherman, and he continues to do a great job down there in that neck of the woods. Now, we'll go down 70 miles or so down to Ensenada, and I'll tell you, they are all over it. There's been great fishing. Captain Ihara Nunez, the first female captain, sport fishing captain in Ensenada, continues to catch fish with Lucky Sport Fishing, and they have availability. I'm telling you, this is the best fishing of the year. It is something that I highly recommend you take advantage of because the fishing has been just spectacular, and it is continuing. Mostly, I want to say 15 to 40 pound bluefin. Sometimes you'll get a little bit bigger fish than that. Sometimes you'll see those 100-pounders jumping out of the water. A lot of trolled Mad Mac type fish. I mean, they're biting on the Mad Max, but they're biting all kinds of trolled lures right now, and they are all over it. It is really good. Shiny jigs like a Daiwa Sakana or a Cold Sniper also work really, really well on this bluefin tuna. And tuna riot poppers have been fabulous. It's just a great way to get the job done. There's more yellowfin squirting in there off of Ensenada, but I gotta tell you, things are really looking excellent right now in terms of the bite there as the tide comes up. Looks like Dave has got a short halibut down there. So there, you want to go see this thing real quick? Let's go see it. We'll go check it out. Second halibut of the morning, and we are loving it. Nice going, Dave. Another little flatfish, obviously short, but man, we'll take it. Hey, way to go on the morning briefing, man. You couldn't have choreographed that any better.
Not big, but still fun.
Yeah, heck yeah. Your second one.
Second one today.
Nice going, Dave. We're loving it. All right, there you go, everybody. Live here in Surfside, California. You can't beat it. We're going to hang out and watch Dave. Hopefully he'll get another one. He's quickly releasing that fish. Second halibut of the morning. Wayne Shimabakuro down the way here, also catching fish. Don't forget, Big Fish Bait and Tack on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They've got everything you need to make your surf fishing dreams come true. So that is great to see that. So back to Ensenada. Really great fishing going on down there, and several operators are in on it. Blackfin Sport Fishing, Mara Sport Fishing. They are all catching lots of fish down there right now. Dave got that fish back in the water. Great stuff. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Don't forget to hit that like button, share these videos everywhere. Make sure you subscribe to the Freeman Adventures YouTube channel and tick that rotten, filthy, deplorable, disgusting little bell. You'll be notified when there's new content. You can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Great fishing south of the border. Let's talk long-range fishing because it's remarkable right now. The Independence has been having a great trip with Kevin Kwan and the great folks from Young's Fishing Tackle in Bellflower, California. They have had yellowtail, wahoo, yellowfin tuna. It's been a fabulous trip for them, and they just keep rocking through it. They're starting to get toward the end of their trip, but it's been a remarkably wonderful trip for a great guy. Make sure you drop by Young's Fishing Tackle and say hi to Kevin. He'll be back in from this trip in a few more days. We'll keep you in touch with that. The Intrepid got into a wide open bite on the 90 to 190 pound yellowfin tuna. They had fabulous fishing on that. They're going to start looking for more wahoo here this morning, but they had as good a bite on YFT, big grade YFT, that you could possibly want to have. On board the Searcher, they were heading down to the wahoo zone, and they said, you know what? let's pump the brakes here for a moment. Went into the Baja Coast, had excellent yellowtail fishing, along with some really nice big calico bass, while the Polaris Supreme is pushing 100 wahoo right now. Awesome fishing on board the Polaris Supreme. And I gotta say, it was so nice to see Don Klaus. He dropped by the Freeman Adventure studio at 22nd Street Landing yesterday and reminisced about some of his great fishing trips on board the Independence. He has made 61 long-range trips on board the Independence. It was so nice to spend time with him yesterday. Don, can't thank you enough for dropping by and saying hello. Great long-range fishing right now. I don't know how it can keep any better. Warm, sunny, beautiful halibut biting in the surf here this morning. Heck, this is some really good stuff. We'll keep our eyes on this as we go along. We move you in now to the Southern California area. There's 2 zones to fish for bluefin, yellowfin, and some other species in addition to that. One of those is to make a left-hand turn when you come out of San Diego and go down the Baja Coast, down in that neck of the woods. You're catching yellowfin tuna, you're catching bluefin tuna. There's yellowtail, mostly small fish on the kelps down there, some skipjack rolling around there, and it has been pretty darn good. They're fishing basically the same area where the Ensenada boys have been fishing also, or, you know, kind of near there. Hey, good morning, Valentino. Buenos dias, mi hermano. He's always working hard down here. So they've had some great fishing. In fact, on board the Legend, man, nice hit for them on a day and a half trip. They were up around 120 yellowtail on the kelps. Again, most of that small. 19 yellowfin tuna, 19 bluefin tuna, 6 on the skipjack. How on earth can you beat that? That's some darn good fishing, if you ask me, and hopefully we're going to see more of that kind of variety down there. There's been some outstanding bluefin tuna fishing going on down there also. Limits of bluefin has not been out of the question. Limits of yellowfin has not been out of the question. It's really good when you get down there in that neck of the woods. We're also seeing full day boats catching similar kinds of catches. Not as many because they don't have the time, but that seems to be getting better and better each and every day. The San Diego out of Seaforth Sport Fishing with a good shot of bluefin and a good shot of yellowfin and some of those yellowtail on the kelp patties also. They leave in the morning and come back that same afternoon. The other area is Tanner and Cortez Bank out there past San Clemente Island, where they've had lights out fishing for bluefin tuna. It has been really, really good. The Freedom with another day out of 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. Another day of limits on the bluefin tuna. Another tremendous bite. Armin, super great guy, works in the 22nd Street Landing ticket office in the tackle store up there. And man, he was on board that latest Freedom trip, and he said, Phil, it was awesome. We limited out early in the day on bluefin tuna and then went off and killed some big old rockfish. He said it was fantastic. The next trip on the Freedom, I believe, is sold out. However, they're going to have some more trips, and the weather is going to get even more beautiful as we go along. As I mentioned, there's some breeze here today out there on Cortez and Tanner Bank. It's going to be a little bit breezy, and then it's going to come down and be an absolutely gorgeous weekend. If you're going to be on board the Freedom or any other boat headed out that way, it should be just perfect weather. A lot of times that's a plunker bite. 2, 3 fish going, maybe 4 fish going. So you got to choose a good hot bait. You got to change that bait regularly and drop down to 25-pound fluorocarbon. That has been the way to get a bite. Sometimes you can bump it up. If the intensity of the bite gets really rocking and rolling, then you can go to the heavier strength. Same thing down there on that yellowfin tuna. Sometimes it really turns on and wants to chew, and that's when you can up your the fluorocarbon. You can up it to like 40 pound or something heavier if you want to fish with that. Really great fishing, great opportunities in November. How on earth can you beat that? Our good friend Jeff Lingle fishing a yacht down there about 200 miles below the border. Man, has he had some great fishing. He had 4 fish up over 100 pounds. Bluefin, kite fishing right before sunset. One weighed 120, one weighed 130. Really good. And then the sun went down, it got dark, and they just shut off on him. He had no bite. Oh, No! Saltwater. Let's try it. Should we try it? We'll get back to Jeff Lingle in a moment. I don't know about this. Yeah, saltwater. All right. What can I tell you, man? King tides. It's dangerous down here in Southern California. Now Jeff is on the beach, and he's had an exceptional white sea bass bite here this morning, fishing on the Baja coast. Excellent fishing going on down there. He's got 11 white sea bass, 8 were legal fish, including a 42-pound WSP. So some really good offshore stuff in on the Baja coast. Excellent fishing. We are loving what we are seeing. Let's talk about what's going on now on the local bite. And we're talking about down there in San Diego where the rockfish bite has been outstanding. Dolphin limits of rockfish, the premier limits of rockfish. See similar kinds of things going on just about everywhere we look. The Western Pride had great deep water cod fishing out of Newport Beach, California. The Monte Carlo yesterday out of 22nd Street landed in San Pedro. I talked to both Brian Burrell, who works deck on that boat, and also we were talking to some of the folks that were on board there. Walt, running the boat, was also telling me that they had some nice big whitefish yesterday, 10 sheephead. They caught a few bonito. In fact, on the way home, Walt said, man, the water looks so clean, so beautiful, and it's still pretty warm. They put a feather back there, got bit on the troll on the bonito. So really great stuff going on. We get you out to the Channel Islands where the Island Spirit had good rock fishing and 4 halibut yesterday on their halibut only special. They do that every single Wednesday. This coming Wednesday they'll be at it again on board the Island Spirit, trying to catch you more and more halibut. It's a great trip, and this weekend they'll do more of the same, but they'll be focused now on the rockfish. Saturday should be a great day. The weather looks absolutely beautiful, and then Sunday we've got kids fish free day. That should be absolutely spectacular fishing going on. So once again, we love what we have been seeing in that neck of the woods. The Aloha Spirit had 6 halibut yesterday. I don't know how you can beat that. The Endeavor limits of lingcod on their most recent trip. Don Fromberg was on there and said Tucker McCombs and crew did a great job. They also had limits of other rockfish, including reds and so many other great fish. I don't know how you can beat that. Talking about our island situation, Coronado Islands, a few yellowtail, mostly deep water rock cut if you want to fish that. There's some calico bass wandering around there at San Clemente Island. We continue to see some really nice big yellowtail. May not be a lot of them, but there's some big yellows out there in that neck of the woods. By the way, back to the Freedom for just one moment. Out there, they had 65 yellowtail in addition to their limits of bluefin tuna. Clemente, good deep water cod fishing. You want to do that? The El Patron fishing Catalina Island, where they have a myriad of different fish biting there right now. We continue to see great deep water cod fishing if you want to fish that. In terms of fishing surface fish, there's a few yellowtail from time to time, a few halibut, a few barracuda, a few calico bass, pretty good whitefish, blue perch, sheephead. If you want to take advantage of that, the El Patron Long Beach Sport Fishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Channel Islands, we've kind of covered that. We ride you up to Avila Beach, Morro Bay. Great rock fishing up there in San Francisco. Of course, Brian Sanchez from Promar was recently out with the guys on the California Dawn, and they had fabulous fishing. On the thumbnail, you see Brian, who caught that giant octopus while he was up there goofing around. Great fishing in San Francisco right now as crab season is open. Most of the time you'll get a limit of Dungeness crab. That's 10 crabs along with a limit of rockfish. They do those combo trips up there. Lovely Martha Sport Fishing, the California Dawn. There's so many different folks that are fishing and doing a great job in San Francisco. It truly has been remarkable, no question about it. Let's talk Southern California surf with Dave in the background there. Hopefully he's going to come up with a fish down there in the Bolsa Chica area this morning. Wayne Shima Bakuro is down there catching all kinds of fish and doing really, really well this morning on the smaller barred perch. He may have caught something else here during the morning briefing, and if he did, we will have a photo so you can see it. Dave has got 2 halibut here, both short fish, but like he said, man, it's a lot of fun. And more dangers here in Surfside, California, as a tractor almost ran me over. Man, I don't know what to say. King tides, this tractor, a super moon. It's very dangerous, but I sacrifice it all for you. Around here, we've been seeing a few halibut and some of that smaller bar perch down there by the tower at Anderson Street, Pacific Coast Highway. More of the same there. And as we move you up there toward the Long Beach area, same kind of a thing. There's been some halibut in that neck of the woods. Up in Redondo and surrounding areas, still a few corvina, especially up there around El Segundo. Water's starting to cool down to the point where we're not seeing or at least catching that much on the corvina, but some good bar perch fishing there as well as up there in Ventura. And I mentioned big fish bait and tackle a moment ago, but let's mention them one more time. They're on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway. They do such a great job. They've got everything you'll need to make your dreams come true here in the SoCal surf, but they also have everything you'll need to have a great day. Offshore bluefin, white sea bass, yellowtail, you name it, they've got it at Big Fish Bait and Tackle. December the 13th is going to be a spectacular day at 22nd Street Landing. The man who wrote the morning briefing song, he's also written a Lobster Chronicles song. He's also written Tackle Shop Confession songs. I've got to get those out there. But he does such a great job, and he is so deeply appreciated by all of us here at Freedman Adventures. That man, Richard Hughes, will be at 22nd Street Landing December 13th with some live entertainment. That is going to be fun. Richard has a wicked sense of humor, and he's a lot of fun. And I'm really fortunate to call him a friend and count him as a big part of the Freedman Adventures family. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? Should I sacrifice and do this for you one more time again? Why not? Love you so much. Hey, have a great one. Take care, and I hope to see you really, really soon.